Alright you guys, so today I'm going to share Jackson's top 10 toys. So if you guys happen to be new here, Jackson is 15 months old. So I think that these toys are the ones that just he plays the most with, that I would recommend for about a 1-year-old. He's over here hanging out, just playing with random things. So you can always start off with like random toys like slippers or spatulas. Obviously, you know, they don't need all these fancy things, but I thought it would be helpful for you guys to see like what some of his favorite toys are. So we're gonna start off with this little fire truck here. He got this one for Christmas. I think it is such a great toy for a lot of reasons. So first of all, he likes that it is a little truck. He likes that it will move forward and backwards. He can push this along, but this also converts into like a little, I don't know, like a play tower. So if you move this around here, this comes up here, and then that guy just fell off, poor guy. But it becomes this little thing where he can put the people and he plays with them like this. It has a whole bunch of different buttons that I'm not gonna press for your sanity. It makes noise. It's a VTech toy. And then it also comes with like a little car here. Where did he put the car? Comes with a fire truck. So he has fun pushing this around, puts the people in. And this is just one of those things that he's gonna get a lot of use out of. Got like an elevator here, and this is the kind of thing that even Riley, who is my 3-year-old, will play with too. You like that, Gordo? Wee! By the way, everything that I'm sharing with you guys, I'm gonna have linked down below in the description box in case you want to shop. I always appreciate it when you guys use my links. I get a small commission from that. So thank you very much for that support. So this is gonna be a very real life video because he's over here playing, Riley's over here too. So the kids are playing and I'm still trying to show you guys toys in between that. So the next thing that I wanna show you guys are these cars. Now, Jackson loves any kind of car, so that's why I'm gonna put in this category like really any little car. But these are Melissa and Doug cars that are pullback cars, and what's cool about them is that they're not electronic in any way. They don't require batteries, but when you pull them back, they move forward. So he loves to push these around. He chases after them all day long. They're very soft, so he's not gonna like hurt himself with them. So I find that these are great for 1-year-olds or even like kids younger than that, because it gets them crawling on the floor, gets them, hello there. But really any kind of car he really likes. So I'll show you one more. This is a great one, this little dump truck thing, because not only is it a car that he loves to push around and play with, but it's also a shape sorter. So it comes with shapes that you put in the back of the truck, and then he pushes it back, and then all of these come out. He still hasn't quite mastered like putting them all in, but he does try. And as he gets bigger, this is the kind of thing that will grow with him, where he'll be able to practice sorting the shapes, and in the meantime he can still push the car. So this is one of his favorites. Okay, so next up we have a bunch of different Lovevery toys. I'm not gonna go like toy by toy, but I just wanted to mention them because every single time that Jackson gets one of the Lovevery boxes, if you guys have never heard of them before, they're like a toy subscription service. Every 2 or 3 months when he gets a box, one of those toys, at least one from every box, becomes a favorite. Right now I would say this is his favorite. This is a little wooden cube that comes with these carrots, and he has the best time of his life just pushing these down. I've mentioned on my channel Lovevery a million times. They always like send me stuff, and I'm always thankful that they do that because both of the kids love them. And like I said, they're a toy subscription service, so they'll send you new toys for the kids every 2 or 3 months, and they're just really good quality toys. I'm not gonna say much more about it. Every single time that he gets a box, there's something that he becomes fixated with, so I highly recommend those toys. They're a little pricier, but the quality is like not beatable. Jackson Wyatt, what you doing over there? He put his dump truck over on top of Riley's table, and now he's destroyed it. But anyway, moving on, the next thing that Jackson is obsessed with is the play kitchen. And not only just the play kitchen, but the play food that we got for the play kitchen. So Jackson loves to spend a bunch of time here standing up by the kitchen. He loves opening up these drawers, putting things in here, playing with all the food. So this is the kind of thing that I just feel like this is the perfect time, like especially when the kids like start standing up. It's a great way to help them to learn how to stand up. Are you eating that food? Is that tasty? That's what he does all the time. He just tries to eat the food. But anyway, he plays with the food itself. He puts stuff in the different containers, and then he spends a lot of time standing up at the sink and stuff. So it's a great way if your little one is just starting to pull themselves up, or you're trying to get them to work on walking. It gets them standing up a bunch. So for play food, I got this little wooden set of food. I think this is like the Melissa and Doug play groups, or not play groups, food groups, that the kids can then later as they get older learn how to sort the foods. But then we also got this set which is one of those sets of play food where the food breaks apart in half with Velcro, so that way they can work on their cutting skills. Jackson obviously is still too little to do that, but he loves pulling these apart, and they're just bright and colorful, so he loves to play with these. Now I will tell you that play kitchen we got primarily for our 3-year-old. So if you don't want to go like the full kitchen route, there are smaller things that you can get like a 1-year-old that's kind of the same concept. So when Riley was about a year old, one of the things that we got for her is that food truck. If you guys are regulars here on the channel, I'm sure you guys remember it, but there's a little food truck that they sell that's kind of the same concept as a kitchen. You know, there's a play food and all of that. And that's, again, same concept. You know, they spend a lot of time standing up and pretend play, and it'll grow with them as they get older. They also have a little ice cream cart that Riley used to have that Jackson used to love playing with too. If I still had that out, Jackson would be playing with it nonstop. We just don't have it anymore because now we have the kitchen. Another thing that's similar that they sell now is a little barbecue. So I actually bought this for the kids like back like in Black Friday and stuff, and I saved it in the basement, so one of these days I'll pull it out. But it is the cutest little barbecue where the kids can grill the pretend food on, and I'm sure that they have a million different like variations of that. I may have even seen like a little tool set, kind of like a tool bench, you know, those kinds of things I feel like are great for a 1-year-old. You just want to make sure obviously that the pieces that come in those things are not too small. All right, so next up we have this set of different kinds of balls. So my parents got this for Jackson for Christmas, and these are a great size for 1-year-olds. So it comes with a football, a basketball, and a soccer ball. Jackson's really enjoyed playing with them. You know, like they're the perfect size for them to hold and stuff like that. These are great. It comes in that set of 3. If you wanted to go like one step further, there is this VTech toy that I also got for Jackson that he's been loving. And this one's great because obviously, you know, it's electronic. It's got like all of the sounds and the songs and all of that. I'm just gonna turn it off for the sake of this video, but it's a 2-in-1 kind of thing where it turns into a basketball hoop. So Jackson's been practicing, you know, putting the ball through here and just standing up more. So that's something that also, like when they're starting to learn how to walk, this has gotten Jackson to be walking a lot more and standing up because he has to put the ball through the hoop. And then on top of that, it's also a soccer goal thing. Jackson's not quite there yet where he's kicking balls, but if your little ones are at that age, like Riley will sometimes play with this and she can practice kicking that in the goal area. So this is another one of those things. If you're trying to work on motor skills, this is a great toy too. Okay, so Jackson has gone over there to play the flute apparently, and doesn't want to play with any of the toys that I'm showing you guys today. But the next thing I wanted to share with you guys are these little animal figurines. So Jackson loves to play with these. There are some that come in like different sets that are a little bit smaller, so I keep an eye on which ones I'm giving him. Like this one I probably wouldn't give him, but Riley loves to play with these too, so I have to kind of like mix them in there. But animal figurines are great. There are so many different sets that you can buy. You can even buy sets that have animals that are a little bit larger than this in case, you know, these are still too little for your kiddos. But these are great for teaching different animal names. So every once in a while I'll put these out on the floor and I'll show Jackson, you know, like the cow, and I'll make the cow noise and I'll repeat it a million times over again that this is a cow. As they get older, you can then like have them sort different animals. Like I'll tell Riley even still today, I'll be like, all right, find me all the cows, and she can find all the cows. So these little figurines are great. Jackson seems to enjoy them, and then they put them inside of different containers and things. There's a million things that you can use these for. Water play, putting them in kinetic sand, all of those things. A lot of sensory play can be done with these, so I highly recommend some kind of little animal figurines. All right, there he comes. So something else that Jackson really enjoys playing with are these magnets. I have a bunch of different sets of magnets. Like I have some of Riley's princess magnets, but we also have like dinos, and then we also have some of the animal ones. And I always bring these out like when I'm cooking and I need to entertain him. This is the perfect thing because he can play with them on the refrigerator. It's also gotten him to stand up more because as he's trying to put them higher up on the refrigerator, he kind of has to stand up to do that. So he has a lot of fun with the magnets. I don't think that you can really go wrong with these. Something else that you can do if like you don't want them playing in the kitchen or you don't want them playing on the refrigerator, something that you can do is like take any kind of like a baking dish and you can have them stick them on that. They are magnetic like on the baking dishes, so you can take this somewhere else and you can have them practice putting them on different surfaces like that. See, like stuff like this, it'll just keep them entertained for a very long time. And this is the kind of thing that's not very expensive, not very messy. I mean, there's a lot of them right here, but it doesn't have to be very messy. And then it's also educational if you get them like the animal ones, that you can also practice working on the different animals. Gojo, how does the elephant go? Good job. So we work on animal noises and he has a lot of fun with that kind of stuff. All right, so next up we have the magnet tiles. Magnet tiles, you guys, are probably one of Jackson's all-time favorite toys. He will literally spend hours playing with magnet tiles. Like, I can put a movie for him or TV up there on the TV for him to watch in like the background, and he'll be here making little towers, making piles of all the magnets. And they've just been a hit with both of the kids. So if you don't have any of these, I highly recommend them. The magnet tile brand, like the legit magnet tile brand, is very expensive, but Amazon has a bunch of like kind of like knockoff brands that are just as good. None of the ones that Jackson has, like we have 2 sets. I think if you see like this many is like 2 sets, but none of them are the real magnet tile brands because they're way too expensive. But he loves them nonetheless. Riley will make a bunch of little like cages and stuff, puts the animals in the cages, will build towers and castles and barns, and then put her little figurines inside. So there's a million different ways that you can use those. I will say though that if you do get them, make sure that you're watching your kiddos, because there have been some rare cases where these little magnets have somehow like opened up, and there's the risk that your little ones can swallow them. So obviously you want to make sure that you're not getting like faulty, you know, kind of magnet tiles, and that you're playing with your kids and you're watching them when they're playing with that. So I just wanted to throw that out there, a little disclaimer about the magnet tiles, but they are so much fun and your kids will play with them for hours. You can also do like color sorting with them. You can do shape sorting. Like, there's a million different uses for these. So can't say enough good things about the magnet tiles. So if Jackson isn't using the magnet tiles for some kind of building activity, the other thing that we really like are the Duplo blocks. So we keep them here in the cube every once in a while, and these are just great. Those, you know, typical blocks that you would see. They're a little bit thicker than regular tiny Legos, and the kids have so much fun making different towers and different buildings with them. You know, same concept. You can do building stuff, but then you can do color sorting. You can count. So like now that Riley's older, I'll tell her, you know, find me all of the ones that have 4, find me all of the ones that have 2, and then we'll do different colors. So these are very handy to have, and I think they're like $20, not super expensive for a whole set. Okay, and then the final thing that I want to really show you today is Jackson's pirate ship. We got him this for his first birthday. It is the cutest little ride along. So Jackson can sit on this. He's trying to learn how to sit on it. He's still a little small to put his leg around. Let me help you. So he loves this. His face always lights up anytime that we put him on it. And sometimes Riley will push him around on it. We'll push him around. But as he gets older, he'll be able to like sit on this on his own. It's just like one of those toys that are really fun. And like when Jackson first got it, he didn't spend too much time riding it because he was still a little smaller. But it does come with some pirates and like a little cannon thing. And so he can also play with just the figurines, and he can put them on the back of the pirate ship. He can bring his magnet tiles over here. So the fact that it had like this little cubby here also made it one of those things that he wanted to play with, because he would just put like anything that he could find in here and practice opening and closing this. You like that, Gordo? You like it? And then there is a button too here that makes a couple different noises. And then the pirate sometimes sits up there. So it's definitely one of those really good ride-on toys for little ones. Before I end the video though, one more honorable mention. Now that we're getting into like the spring and summer months where your kids are gonna spend some more time outside, I highly recommend for a 1-year-old some kind of a water table. I got Riley a water table back when she was 1, and that thing has seen so much use. Like, we've gotten so much use out of it. It's one of those things that you can just fill up with water or fill up with water and soap, and the kids have a blast playing out there. I brought it out for the kids the other day because it was finally warm enough for them to be outside, and Jackson could have stayed out there all day long with the water table. So there are some more like elaborate ones that can be a little bit more expensive, or there's some that are a little bit cheaper that I think are just as good. So I'll link a few down below for you guys in case you guys want to look and see some different options. But those are awesome toys. So that is it, you guys. I know you guys have been asking me, what are Jackson's favorite toys? What does he really like to play with? I mean, look at the state of my house at this point. Riley's over there with her Peppas, and we've got toys open everywhere. But we spend a lot of time at home, and so this is how, you know, I entertain them. So yes, they have a ton of toys, and there's more stuff in the basement that I could show you because we do like our toy rotation. But I would say that those are like the 10 or so toys that he uses the most often over here. As time goes by, that may change. So stay tuned in the future for an updated video, but I think right now those are the things that he likes to kind of just, you know, entertain himself with all day, the most often. And like I said at the beginning of the video, remember, there's a lot of things, like anything that doesn't look like a toy, that's what he likes to play with too. TV remote, anything that looks like an electronic. There's plenty of times that I just hand him one of the little plastic bowls that I feed them their stuff with, and he'll play with these bowls and spatulas and stuff. So remember that you don't have to like go crazy buying toys. But I hope that this video gave you some ideas in case you just need a little bit of toy inspiration. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I love you guys to pieces. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.